Remating is the last part of the mate switching sequence. One form of mate switching would occur when the affair partner or backup or potential mate becomes the new regular mate, in which case the problems of mate search, mate choice, and mate attraction post breakup are solved. The new regular mate offers better benefits and is less cost inflicting. So you hear people, women all the time say, I was with him for 5 years. He left me and then he met some other woman and he married her in 3 months. He didn't just meet somebody and, marry them in 3 months. He already knew that person. He was already cultivating that relationship while he was keeping you on hold. Same thing with a woman. She didn't just all of a sudden marry some man, um, after a breakup. She already knew that man. He could have been maybe like an old friend from high school. He could have been a person on her job, like an old friend on her, a person on her job. But she knew of him. She was learning about him. She was interested in who he was as a person. They would sit at lunch together at the job, right? And so all of a sudden they just marry someone else, in 3 months. No, no. They were cultivating that situation, um, as well as their relationship. The use of a backup mate helps the woman to transition well. If the woman breaks up with the mate without a backup mate or immediately transitioning to a new mate, she would have to enter the mating market and begin the process of mate competition, mate attraction, mate choice. So at least in their thinking, I don't agree with it, but at least in their thinking, if they cultivate a backup mate while they know that they're going to exit their current mate partner situation, then they won't feel like they are at a loss. It'll be like a transition. The problem with that is that you're still sort of, married to the person, even if you are separated. I never understood why people who are separated while married go out on dates. If you don't want the situation with your current partner with whom you are separated, go on ahead and divorce that situation. Like I said at the beginning of this lecture, marriage is not a dating situation. It's not dating. When you want to date, you date. When you want to marry, you marry. And people are trying to sort of intertwine them as, well, I feel like I need to do what I need to do for me. The problem with that is you got kids, you got other situations, and these new partners, they're not as sound as they were back then. They're like killing you today. Um, threatening to go public at your jobs and affecting your income and your brand. I would be really careful about that. However, rushing too soon into another relationship out of desperation or revenge might lead to poor mate choice and decreased mate value. But women also who mate switch will experience less negative affect over the breakup, less damage to self esteem, less persistent rumination about the breakup, and less anxiety over the unanticipated cost of the breakup compared to women who break up and re enter the mating market anew. Well, if they mate switch, the potential partner has to be high status. It's still, the person still has to be high value. It's not like moving from one regular mate to, like another, type of mate, a low value mate to another low value mate. It's going to be less anxiety and less cost and less persistent rumination, less damage to the self esteem because the potential partner has a higher mate value. And so by default, because you feel like you can pull a high status man, a high value man, therefore you must believe you are high value. So the other woman who is not have high value, she would have problems re-entering the mating market anew. Mate switching psychology also applies to men, and the costs tend to be the same. However, the focus of the study was on women and their mating strategies.